Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. This is the brother Yair out of WFI Indiana camp, coming at y'all with a quick cold cut through the spirit on just PSA, public service announcement. Stop voting. Stop thinking about voting. You understand? Don't even encourage it, because in these last days you got a lot of our people trying to put their trust in continuously after years and years and years and years of the system failing the people. And when I say the people, I'm talking about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Years and years, it's a large sample size of the system failing our people, yet our people continuously look after that and put their trust in that. All right? You got to stop putting your trust in a nation that the Lord is literally going to come back and destroy because of their wickedness. So why are you putting your trust in a nation? Why are you trying to save the nation that the Lord is going to come and destroy? And that's a problem. You understand? A lot of our people have, and they love that. And then the elder of our people, you know, they'll say, "Oh, they marched and died for you to vote." Okay, cool. You feel me? Hey, respect. But at the end, I understand what they was fighting for, you know, during that time period. But at the end of the day, that don't make it right. It's about what the Lord said. It's not about what happened, because you want to know real quick. I bring this out a lot, but it's so true. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 15. It says, "Behold, they shall surely gather together," right? Meaning the people, right? Our people. We're going to surely gather together. You understand? And you see it throughout the course of history of us gathering together, whether that be Black Panther Party, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the Crowns, hell, Black Lives Matter, even though that's a bunch of madness, and so on and so forth. Gang, whatever it is, our people do gather together. You understand? But you want to know why it don't last and why it falls? It's because, right, I'm going to read it again, right? This is Isaiah 54 and 15. It says, "Behold, they shall surely gather together." It says, "but not by me." That's the problem. Every time our people try to do something, it's not according to the word of the Lord, and it's not with the Most High God at the helm of it. And guess what? That's why things fall. That's why they crash. That's why they crumble. All right? And it's going to tell you that. It says, "Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake." So if you're not with the Lord, then guess what? You automatically against him, man. If you're not going according to his word, then guess what? You against him. It's going to fall. It's not going to work. So I said that to say, I brought this out to say at the end of the day, okay, boom, they fought, they marched for voting and so on and so forth. But guess what? The Most High God didn't tell them to do that as far as in his word. The Lord told us, hey, real quick, let's go to the book of 1 Samuel. Let's go to the book of 1 Samuel, right? This is the book of 1 Samuel. So like I'm in 2 Samuel. True. It's the book of 1 Samuel, right? Chapter 8. I'm going to get right to the point. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, "And said unto him," I'm going to start at 4, just for a little bit of context, right? It says, "Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto them, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations." So, boom, first thing is, hey, they wanted to be like the other nations. They said like all the other nations. They didn't say, hey, look, your sons is off, right? We need to set somebody up in righteousness, set other judges up in righteousness. You understand? Other priests up in righteousness. They said, nah, get us a king like the other nations. All right, not understanding that the Most High God was our king, man. Right, and we're going to get into that. But look, reading on, it says, verse 6, but the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. Now let's see what the Lord said. It says, and the Lord, verse 7, and the Lord said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. You see that? Why? Because they didn't understand that the Lord, right, he was our king. He still is our king. You understand? And that's who we're supposed to put our trust in. That's who we're supposed to put our faith in. That's who we're supposed to be voting for, if you got ears to hear. Not literally putting a ballot in, but that's who we're supposed to be pushing all our chips in the middle of the table for. All right? Putting your whole trust in the Lord like David did and like many of our other forefathers did. All right? Let me get that real quick in the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 17. It says, for in the division, right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 17, says, for in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. He said, but Israel is the Lord's portion. Meaning what? The Lord is our king. He's the one that governs us. He's the one, you understand, who we look to. We're not looking to damn Sleepy Joe. We're not looking to Donald Hump. And we're not looking to damn Kamala, I don't even know her name. Right? We're not looking to them. All right? Damn Michelle Obama. All right? We not looking to them, man. Why? Because guess what? One, they for nobody in the government for damn sure got the most. You think they know these precepts, man? You think they know these precepts? You think they know these things? You think they understand the law of the Lord? You think they put forth, not only understand, do you think they put forth the law of the Lord, man? And establish it? No, they don't. Don't come to me about Osama being the first black president. Osama wasn't. First of all, he ain't an Israelite. First. Second of all, first thing that he did when he got in office was what? What was the first thing he did when he got in office? Was it anything for the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans? No, all he did was help forward the downfall and the iniquity of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Why? Because the first thing Osama did when he got in there, right, is what he do? Legalize, right, homosexuality, marriage. He legalized gay marriage. That's exactly what he did. And gave Jake a Obama phone. So you putting your trust, if you don't understand by now in so-called 2024 that these people do not have your best interests, you gotta wake the hell up, man. All right, you gotta wake up and stop coming to us talking about why we not voting, why we not doing this. See, what else they be saying? They say they'll say you the reason why. It's people like you because y'all vote matters and y'all not going out and doing that because it don't. Because it doesn't. It don't matter. 2008 would be a year in which I could damn near guarantee many so-called blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans would say that they vote counted because they a person got elected who majority of the people voted for. All right, and like I just said, what did he do for the people? Not a damn thing. Still is getting shot down in the streets. You understand? Still was passing laws that was going against the laws of the Lord. And the list goes on and on and on. right? Osama, right? And I'm using different names on purpose, right? But Osama, he went and got old boy over there in the Middle East. That was his biggest accomplishment while he was in office, right? And also legalizing gay marriage, right? And they ran around the house. I still remember that, man. I still remember. They did a whole him and Sleepy Joe. They ran around the White House with the flags, right? So you got to stop putting your trust, man, in this society. You got to stop putting your trust in this government, and you got to stop leaning and flint. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. All right, let's go back to Isaiah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me." It says, and you know that the people don't take the counsel of the Lord. Meaning what? From the precepts. Why? Because they go out and they put their trust in the very things that the Lord said that he was going to destroy. Right? It said, but not of me. It says, and that take a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin. Watch this. Verse 2. It says, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's exactly what our people do, man. That's exactly what our people do. Our people trust in the shadow, you understand, of America, man. Which is spiritual Egypt. Which is the spiritual Babylon, man. All right. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's exactly what's going on with our people. That's exactly what's going on right now. Now, them putting their trust in this system, now it's becoming their shame. Now it's becoming their confusion. Why? You had Sleepy Joe, he just dropped out of the race. Now they trying to figure out who they gonna put in there. I think it's Kamala Osiris, right? If you got ears to hear, you know who I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm using different names on purpose. All right, but it's rumors about a couple other people as well. But the thing is, if you looking at this presidential so-called race, and you saying, oh yeah, our best shot is this. You like, oh yeah, man, our best. He go get it. We need the first woman president, first so-called black woman president. I don't even know if she is Israelite. I don't know. But if you looking at, that's the mind frame that you have. Hey, you gotta wake the hell up, man. You gotta wake up. All right. Let's go to the book of or actually, let's Salakia. I want to go to 28, 15. God, Isaiah 28 and 15. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death. Right, that's what our people do. Right, and this could go manifold. Right, but that's what our people do when they go and vote. And they put their trust in these so-called world leaders, or not even world leaders, but these so-called presidents, right? Which are really just kings of America, potentially queen of America, or whatever. That's what they do when they go and they cast that vote, right? They put that ballot in. You making a covenant with death. That's all that's going on. You just making a covenant with death. All right. It says, and with hell are we at agreement. Meaning hell. Hell meaning what? Meaning a lower state. You at agreement with this. You establishing it. You helping. You pushing it forward. All right. It says, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge. And that's exactly what our people do. Our people make lies their refuge, man. Believing that this place can actually help you. Believing that this system is actually for you. believing that you can act that you doing that, putting that ballot in, and you put that ballot in, that's going to do something. All right, say the person that you wanted to get elected got elected. Now what? Do that mean we're going to stop dying in the streets? Do that mean gang banging is going to stop? Is that going to stop the theft, the robberies, the murders? All right, the hatred that our people have for each other, is that going to stop if Sleepy Joe was to enter back in? If Osama, if he got back, even though he can't, I think he already did 2 terms. If them, Kamala, right? If she get elected, do that mean that stuff is gonna stop? No, it's not. And that's what we trying to do, man. When we go out to the highways and byways, right? One by one, piece by piece, brother by brother, sister by sister, man. By doing what? Teaching them these laws, statutes, and commandments. Having them put their faith and their trust in the Most High God, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shah, man. Turning back and leaving off from sins and iniquities, man. And learning and teaching them how to love their people, how to love their brother, how to love their sister, how to treat their wife, how to treat their husband, how to raise their kids up in righteousness. All right? Guess what? Kamala not going to do that. She's not going to show you how to do that. Sleepy Joe didn't do that. Barack Osama didn't do that. All right? It says, we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. You see that? Let's go to the law. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 17. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Now in the law, it even tell you that if you were to set somebody over you, it got to be somebody of your own kindred. All right, and it's going to explain that. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 17. I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, when thou art coming to the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. It says, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. It said, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. And then watch this. Here's the point. It says, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So if they not an Israelite, right, you can't do it anyways. Even if they are Israelite, you still shouldn't do it. Why? Let's see why. First of all, let's go to the book of Matthew real quick, just to get this out the way. All right, this is the book of Matthew, right? Because people seem to forget what's gonna happen when the Lord come back. For some reason, people seem to forget, like, oh, the Lord is like, people forget that the Lord is literally gonna come back and destroy this place. Yes, Christ, who the world calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, when he comes back, he's literally going to destroy America and all the other nations as well. These infrastructures and different things and all this other different stuff, the Lord is going to come back to destroy this place, man. So why would you put your faith? Why would you try to build up? I asked the brother that when we was at camp on Friday, man. Why would you put your trust and vote and try to help this place that the Lord literally said he was going to destroy? This place is off. This place is wicked. The things that this place promote is literally against the Most High God and his laws. Yet Jake and Eve wanna they Jake and Eve is like it's like a damn the house or a foundation, and you got Jake. It's Esau. You feel me? So-called white man up under there. They got their backs. They holding it up, and then you got Jake and Eve in there too, trying to help them. They trying to help them. They kind of just they trying to help them. Damn, hold the damn foundation up, man. Infrastructure. Madness. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34, the classic. Right? It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword." So when the Lord comes back, yes, when Jesus, so-called Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh, come back, he's coming with a sword. Now, is he coming with the sword to just show and tell? When he come back, everybody gonna say, "Ooh," and it's gonna be glowing. He gonna say, "Yeah. You wanna here, hold it like this. Make sure you put two hands on it." He kind of let you grab it, and you kind of go like this. You kind of go like that. Nah. Right? What's the Lord gonna do? All right, let's go back to the book of Isaiah real quick. Actually. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, right? And verse, the whole chapter for real, but we're going to get right to the point, right? Verse 3, it says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen," talking about Babylon. When it says thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and thy shame, meaning the iniquity, the sins, the different, just the wickedness of the nation is going to be revealed to the people. And that's already going on now. You see the wickedness of this nation, man. You see the wickedness that they push out. And every so often, you always have, I forget their specific name, but it's like a group of hackers or something. And every so often, they'll hack in and they'll expose America. That's when you had, I don't know if I can say this. I don't want to get I don't know if I can say the actual word for it, but where you had basically where they exposed them for all the trafficking and other different stuff, right? I'll just keep it very vague, right? But all the other stuff that the government officials and stuff was doing, that was years ago. Then every so often they always had that. I know they got the Epstein stuff and all type of other different things as well. But every so often, every couple of years, they always come out with something else, and then you hear about it again. They kind of just go under the rug. They suppress it, quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, but aside from those different things, I mean, you can see the wickedness, like all the things that they make legal, the things that they let people get away with, the unbalanced, you understand, judicial system, and how it's clearly not in our favor, which we know. All right, and the list goes on, right? But reading on, says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen." It says, "I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." The Lord said, hey, when he come back, he's not coming back as a man. All right, the first time he came as a man. He came lowly and meek. You understand? Humble. All right? Compassionate. So on and so forth. Hey, the second time it ain't going to be like that. All right? Let's go back a couple chapters. Right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, right? In verse 13, the classic. Another classic. All these classics, right? It said, "The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, war. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools." So it's going into the Lord, you understand, coming back and destroying. All right, let's go to the book of Revelations, chapter 19. All right, let's get it plainly. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 19, right, in verse 12. It says, "His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns." Why is he going to have many crowns? from going through and conquering the other nations, aka going through and straight up destroying the nations. Right? We're gonna read about that as well, real quick. It says, on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. It says, and he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of God. It said he had a vesture dipped in blood. Why is this vesture going to be dipped in blood? From all the killing that he's going to do when he comes back. From all the destroying. Who is he going to be? Is he going to be fighting against, I don't know. No, he's going to be fighting against the people. He's going to be killing the people. Literally. All right. And we're going to get that. It says, verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, and with it he shall smite the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron, and he treadeth the so like it says, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. You see that? Let's go to the book, or real quick, because I want to show something. All right, let's go to the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 13. All right, Salakia. God, it's the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 13, and Salakia. I kind of want to get right to the point. Man, this whole chapter is fire. All right, we're going to start at verse 1, though. Or verse 3. Right? It's the book of, and then we're going to jump down. Right? It's the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 13, and verse 3. It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Right? That man that's waxing strong with the thousands of heaven is talking about Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus. It says, wax strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And wheresoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. It says, and after this I beheld, lo, there was, or so like now I want to jump down to verse. So this is talking about Yahweh Shah, right? And he's with obviously the angels and different stuff, right? He's destroying the different things. If you really want to get technical, right? It's talking about him, this chariot. You understand? You got them beams going out, right? We'll get that also in the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, right? But I want to get Salakia. Eight. Khan, Salakia. Right? Drop down to verse 8 real quick. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. It said the people that was there to try to fight against them. What is that? Because when you have World War III, the Lord is going to come back, you understand? And when he does, the people, the other nations going to be clashing against one another, and then they're going to turn their attention, right, to the Lord, to Yahweh Shah. All right, and their attention is going to go to him, and they're going to start fighting the Lord. All right, let's read on. That's why it says, they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and all, it's like it says, verse 11, and they were all mixed together. Talking about what? It's talking about laser beam. You gotta remember, these is ancient minds. Yes, it's talking about laser beam. Laser beams is in the Bible, right? That's why it says, as it had been a blast of, in verse 10, it says, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips flaming breath, and out of his tongue cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon, it says, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So he's literally seeing the Lord on his chariot, right? And you see basically seeing laser beams coming out. The point of bringing this out is what? The Lord, when he comes back, he's coming back to destroy. He's coming back to literally tear these kingdoms and break them down all the way to the smallest minute. It's going to be nothing left of these kingdoms pertaining to their government structure and how they run this and do that and all this and that. That the Lord's going to utterly shut that stuff down. All right, let's just real quick get that in the book of Wisdom of Solomon real quick about bear with me. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, right, in verse 20. This whole chapter is beautiful. This is a very beautiful chapter, right? But we're going to start at verse 20, right? This is just going into the lasers and, like, when the Lord come back, how he's going to destroy things along with other different things that we're going to read about right now, right? This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 20. It says, his sever severe wrath shall he sharpen with for a sword, and the word shall fight with him against the Salakia, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Now, when it says the world, that world that it's talking about is the Israelites, right? You read about that, right? We get that real quick, just to prove that. Because the world, the earth is not going to be fighting with Yahushua against other. No, that's going to be the Israelites. Let's prove that real quick. It's the book of Isaiah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17. It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So Israel is known as that world. Not only is Israel known as that world, let's get one more though. Watch this. Let's get this in the book of Zechariah. It's the book of Zechariah. I want chapter 10. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 10 and verse 5. It says, and they shall be as mighty men. This is talking about in the end, right? It says, and they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. Watch this. It says, and they shall fight because the Lord is with them, and the riders on horses shall be confounded. So the Israelites, you understand, when the Lord come back, they're going to have, and they're going to be able to take part, you understand, right? With the 144, the elect, they're going to be able to have part and take part in the destruction of the nations as well, right? And getting the nations in order, right? Putting them into bondage, right? And putting them into captivity, straight up and down, right? You read about let's stay in the book of Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 13. It says, when I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword, the sword of a mighty man. It says, and the Lord shall be seen over them, And his arrow shall go forth as the lightning, and the Lord shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south. You see that? So now let's go back to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 20. Right? It says, again, it says, his severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world, talking about Israel, you understand? It says, shall fight with him against the unwise. Who are the unwise? The unwise is talking about the other nations. Like we read about in the book of Second Esdras chapter 13, right? They're going to be fighting amongst each other, right? And they're going to gather together to try to fight against Yahweh Shah when he come back, all right? But it says, verse 21, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. You understand? Thunderbolts, right? That's the same thing. It's kind of like those, the tempests, right? The fire, right? That's all mixed together that we read about in the book of Second Esdras, chapter 13, right? But not to get too far away from the topic, right? The point is, the Lord, when he comes back, is coming back to destroy this place. Do not put your trust in America if you in Europe. Don't put your trust in Europe, in the different provinces that's over there. If you in Africa, don't put your trust in Africa. If you anywhere in the earth, do not put your trust in none of the systems. Do not do that. Who do you put your trust in? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. That's who we gonna stand for. That's who our king is. That's, you understand, who we gonna put our trust in, especially in these last days. All right, let's go to the book of Lamentations. Let's go to the book of Lamentations. All right, chapter 5 and verse, or Salakia, chapter, Salakia, bear with me. Looking right over it. Chapter 4 and verse 17. Right? It says, as for us, our eyes are as, so like it says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. And that's exactly what our people do when they put their trust in America. They watching for a nation that can't save you. They can't do nothing for you. They can't help you. Okay? So stop putting your trust in America. Stop putting your trust in Sleepy Joe. Stop putting your trust in Kamala Osiris. Stop putting your trust in Barack Barack Hussein or Barack Osama, however you say his name. Stop putting your trust in Michelle Osama. Stop putting your trust in Trump Hump. All right? Stop putting your trust in these different people. And put your trust in the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. All right? Let me get something on that. Right, this is the book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse 7. It says, therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. That's what you got to stand on in the last days. That way your God will hear you. The Most High will hear you, man. And that the Most High is coming back to save us. And not only that, hey, you got to put your trust in him, like I keep saying over and over and over again. Let's get that in the book of Psalms chapter 37. It's the book of Psalms chapter 37 and verse 7. It says, I'm going to start at 5. Yeah, I'm going to start at 5. It says, commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of what So like, fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. You see that? So don't put your trust into this nation, man. Put your trust into the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, man. All right. Get this last one right here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 35 and verse 4. It says, say to them that are of fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with the recompense. He will come and save you. Right? So Lord willing, brothers and sisters, is edified. You know, if you seeing this video and you somebody that's kind of learning or coming into this thing, Lord willing, you understand that not all that voting and ballots and presidents and all that other different stuff. Hey, you leave that for the world, man. All right. But us in this truth, right? We're going to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're going to serve the Lord, man. All right. We're going to put our trust in him. And hey, he's the one who we putting on the pedestal. He's the one who we vote for spiritually. He's the one who we push all our chips in the middle of the table for. He's the one that's going to bring the change for us and establish us like he said from the beginning. All right. And if you somebody that's been in this thing for a while, and you know, mom, pops, brother, sister, cousin, whatever the case may be, hey, show this to them then. All right, because we got to leave. So like, let me give one more. This is the last precept. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. All right, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 9. Man, it's a lot of this is fire, right? But I'm gonna just read verse 9, right? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up to the skies. You see that? So, hey, they judgment is set. America judgment is set, man. There's no reason, you understand, to try to do anything to try to prolong Babylon, to try to help Babylon. Hey, the judgment is already set in stone, man. The Most High, it came from the mouth of the Lord, so guess what? That's what's going to happen. All right, so with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Shalom.